Hey second grade, welcome back to the art room. I'm so excited to see you guys. I know we're virtual and it's okay, but we have a lot of fun things planned, and this first lesson is one of my favorites. I know we're not quite in fall yet. It's still kind of summer because it's so hot, but we're getting close to fall. And this lesson I usually do during the fall time, and I know it's not necessarily realistic, but it's very fun, okay? The first thing we're going to start with is vocabulary. So most of my videos are going to start at the beginning with me sitting here talking to you guys about your vocab. You have to really pay attention to your vocab, okay? Because at the end of each project or at the end of each video, there's going to be an exit ticket. That lets me know that you visited, you've watched our video, and you're starting your artwork, okay? So there's going to be a secret word that'll pop up at the bottom, okay? Secret word. I'm going to tell you what the secret word is, and I'll say, it's the secret word, okay? So when you do the exit ticket, it's going to be a question that'll ask you what the secret word was, okay? So pay very close attention. Okay, here we go. The first thing we're going to talk about for this project today, okay? And a lot of these are going to be a review for you, which is fine, which is great. We can always review our stuff. Two of the words we're going to talk about come from the elements of art. If you remember on my wall over by the door, I had all my vocab words up. The two we're going to talk about to start with is, here's the first one, shape, okay? We all know shapes, okay? We've talked about them. We've talked about geometric shapes, the ones that we learn in school, okay? The ones that have more sharp edges, they have points, okay? Triangles, rectangles, squares, ovals, that kind of stuff, okay? We've also talked about organic shapes, the ones that don't have a name. They usually are made up names, or they're names that we don't necessarily learn in school, okay? So like there could be a paint splatter, there could be a cloud, okay? A pear shape, those kind of things are all organic shapes. Now today, we're gonna be creating an organic shape, okay? Because it's not necessarily an oval, it's not really a circle, so we're gonna be creating our own organic shape, okay? So remember that, it's a made up shape, okay? Our next word, color. We've always talked about color. We know our rainbow. We know about our warm and cool colors, but today is going to be multicolored, which means that there's just going to be a variety of colors, tons of different colors, okay? And it's going to be your choice, okay? So Miss A is not giving you instructions on color today. So remember, you want to choose colors that group well together, okay? Pretty colors, vibrant colors, colors that stand out. Okay, very bright colors today. All right, so color is one of our other words. Now, our last word comes from our principles of design, okay? Things that we learn about when we're in kindergarten, things that we kind of build off of when we're creating art, okay? And here's one that we talked about before. So here we go, pattern, okay? We've talked about patterns. I know that in kinder you talked about like A-B patterns, things like that. A pattern can be a type of color. It can be red, blue, green, okay? A pattern can be like the pattern on a soccer ball. It can be lines, shapes, anything like that, okay? So patterns are very important. Patterns is our secret word. Remember patterns. All right, so we've talked about our vocab words, our review vocab words, patterns, color, and shape, okay? Remember those words, they're very important. Here is the video to show you how to create your colorful corn. Don't forget to do the exit ticket because your secret word is pattern. All right, I will see you soon, Lions. Good luck, have fun doing your corn. Please make sure to get back to your classroom teacher on time. We'll see you soon. Bye, guys. I'm going to talk to you guys on how to do this, okay? It's very simple. We talked about shape and we talked about color. We talked about patterns, that kind of things. So you can see there's not really a pattern in color, but there is just a pattern of circles, okay? And we've got the bottom down here that's pretty fun, okay? We're going to be creating this today. But all you're going to do, okay, is draw an outline. You're not filling in the color today, okay? Next week when I talk to you, we will be filling in the color, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the color next week, okay? So this week we're just drawing, all right? After you get done drawing today, you need to make sure that you take a progress picture, which means I know the picture isn't complete, but you're going to want to take a picture of what you have so far so that I can see that you guys are creating art. And then next week we'll submit a finished picture, okay? One more thing, make sure you complete your exit ticket at the end of this video when you are done creating some art so that you can type in the secret word, okay? All right, here we go. What you're gonna need today is a pencil, probably an eraser of some sort. If it's on your pencil, that's even better, and a black marker. Okay, it can be a regular black marker, it can be a Sharpie if mom and dad let you use Sharpie. Anything that you have that's a black marker. And if you don't have a black marker, a black crayon will work just as well. Okay, here we go. So we talked about shape, and we kind of talked about how there's geometric shapes, like shapes that we learn in school. Okay, so like circle, square, triangle, but then we also have organic shapes, things that don't really have a name. Okay, so like this shape right here, it's not quite an oval. Okay, so I can't call it an oval, but I'm gonna call it more of like a teardrop shape. Okay, like when we draw rain or we do draw tears, we draw them in this teardrop shape. So what I'm gonna do is kind of act like I'm drawing an oval, okay? But then I'm gonna kind of make it really long, okay? Really long oval, okay? If I turn it this way, you can see that it's a long oval shape, okay? So the next part is the repetition part. Like we are gonna be repeating the same thing over and over and over and over, okay? It's kind of like a pattern because you're repeating it, but we're drawing circles, okay? So I'm gonna draw about halfway down and then I'm gonna skip to the bottom so that we can do the bottom of the corn, okay? So I've got this shape, okay? I'm gonna fill it in with lots of circles, okay? And the size of your circles is kind of up to you. Don't draw ginormous circles, but you still wanna draw them kind of small, okay? So here we go. I'm gonna start on my outline, okay? I can probably make them a little bit bigger than that, okay? My circles, okay? And again, it doesn't have to look too neat just yet because we're gonna end up outlining with black Sharpie or black marker, something that you have, and it'll make it a little bit neater, okay? So our sketch part of it doesn't need to be perfect. I am going to keep repeating my circles all the way down until I get to the bottom of the corn, okay? And when you get to the bottom, can you kind of see how I made it a little more straight? Okay, you don't have to do that, but you can, okay? I'm gonna probably end up making my other corn right here straight, just like that, all right? So I'm gonna skip to the finished product of all my circles so we can talk about the corn husk, which is the bottom part, and then we'll get to the outlining, okay? So here we go. And we're back after 8,000 cajillion bajillion, you know, circles. If your hand hurts, we're doing it right. Okay, so I finished this part. Now the last part of our corn that we have to worry about with the drawing portion is the corn husk. Now, if we look at this, okay, I'm gonna show you how I did this because there's not really a correct way to create the corn husk, okay? And if you don't know what a corn husk is, when corn is picked or harvested, and even when it's growing, it has this protective outer shell. It looks like a leaf. And if you've had, you know, tamales or things like that, the thing that it's cooked in is the corn husk. So they're very strong. Now again, this isn't very realistic because corn isn't really like bright rainbow colors, but it's fun. So we're gonna talk about making this part right here, okay? So I'm gonna show you what I did. I took my pencil, okay? And I kind of started just making these squiggly lines, almost like octopus legs, okay? All the way through, okay? I made some big, some small, okay? And I kind of just overlapped it. And I filled in some of the gaps that needed to be filled in, okay? Just like that. Your corn husk can go out more, it can be smaller. You can see that this one that I did was a little bit smaller. It wasn't as wide, okay? And it had more pointy ends than, oops, round ends, okay? It's up to you guys. Now, when I outline, you're gonna see that I'm not gonna outline all these lines on the inside, okay? So I'm gonna show you how to start outlining with the corn husk at the bottom, all right? So, grab your trusty little black marker, okay? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna outline what I drew. Now I'm gonna end up making the ends of these a little more pointy. Now look, this overlaps, okay? And that's okay, I'm gonna stop right there, keep going down. Now, some of them cross over, okay? I don't wanna worry about the crossover. I'm just gonna outline what I see. This one touches back to the corn. Okay, now you can see here, all right? It's like a crisscross. I'm gonna follow the line that I was drawing, okay? Keep following it. And again, it's kind of up to you guys how you wanna draw your corn husk, okay? Now we did some overlapping. Now that's a word we didn't have in our vocab today, but that you should pretty much know with your overlapping, okay, is that something's going in front of something else, okay? And you can see the overlapping here. Now I did a lot of corn husk for this one, which is fine. Now the fun part. You thought your hand was hurting drawing your circles. Well, now it's gonna hurt again because we've got to outline, okay? Got to get our hand muscles working. Hand muscles, Coach Sadeb would be so proud. So I'm gonna outline my corn, okay? All I'm gonna do is trace my circles. I'm not gonna trace the outline that I drew, okay? I'm just gonna trace my circles. Now the way I started this is I just went through and traced all the circles around because we're gonna end up erasing the pencil that we see, okay? So you're gonna make your circles all the way down, okay? And you're gonna create the outline with the circles, okay? Alrighty, and then you're gonna work your way inside and you'll start filling in all your other circles, okay? Does that make sense? I sure hope so, okay? So, fill in your circles on the outside. Okay, I'll do that really fast and then I will be right back with the finished outline circles, okay? So you can see here, I'm done outlining the edge. Once you get the whole thing outlined, you'll go in and erase that pencil that's showing, okay? We're not gonna do that just yet, but once you finish, okay? I'll be right back with the finished outline. Welcome back. All right, so I did all my outlining. Now I can see all my pencil. Now that I'm done outlining, I can erase the pencil that is being shown. Now, my iPad may move a little bit, so I'm sorry if the picture's a little jiggly. That's just because it's connected to my table. So I'm gonna go through and erase all my pencil gently, okay? Because your paper may be just a little wet from all the ink, okay? So you wanna be very gentle. It's a fun little art fact. Whenever you draw with marker and if there's pencil underneath, you don't wanna erase too hard because then it's gonna rip your paper. I know we've all been there where we've ripped our papers before. It's not fun. Okay, all right. So I have erased all of my pencil that I can. All right, so for this week, this is all you're gonna complete. Take a progress picture, click, click. Make sure that you upload it to Schoology. If you are stuck on how to upload, there is a video in my updates that will help you see how to submit your picture. All right. Here's what you're gonna finish today. Make sure that you finish completing this. Have fun making your fall colorful corn, and we will color next week. So do not jump ahead just yet. Color next week. All right, we'll talk to you soon, guys. Have a great day.